up, YouTube? Welcome back to the CFM Nation. First off, shout out to Shopmaster with the assist, and with the imminent release of Madden 16 coming, we're starting to get a little more info into what the CFM mode is going to look like. Shop got to play it, and he dropped us some information in the vid that you're watching right now. Part of that is advancements and tuning they put into scouting, which is what I want to focus on today. First off, I'm really excited about what I'm hearing from Shop in this video, and to know the emphasis that the devs are putting into Madden 16 and the CFM mode. Going back to the deep dive, there are certain things that I'm not crazy about, but I can get into those in later videos. But there is work being done into improving the CFM mode based on the deep dive and based on what Shop is discussing in this video. And knowing the fact that they are improving makes me happy, and it makes me want to see this new CFM mode in Madden 16 in action. And I will reserve judgment on the mode until I've actually had a chance to see it and play it for myself. Just knowing that the micromanaging of Madden 25 and Madden 15 are gone, and it's stripped down into a more concise and, dare I say, more realistic way of scouting, makes me happy, because again, going back to Head Coach 09, that was, in my opinion, again, the best way any Electronic Arts football has approached the off-season and the team building aspect of the NFL. Whereas, you know, if you listen to Sim F-Ball and Smitty, what did they always focus on in their videos? They wanted a true representation, a true replication of what you see on the field into what you have in the gameplay for Madden. Thankfully, the work has been put in and the improvements are being seen. My sincerest hope is that what we're seeing with CFM are the beginnings of a more realistic representation and replication of the team building aspect, the off-season, off-the-field aspect of football, which is, whereas, you know, Sim and Smitty and all these guys and the Sim Standard, their focus was on gameplay, which, I'm granted, had to be done, because if a football game doesn't play like the NFL football that we watch, then what reason is there really to play it? So my goal is to get the developers to know the passion of the franchise guys, the guys who go into CFM looking for a more robust experience, not just sitting down, and not that Sim and Smitty want just to sit down and play in tournaments, you know, where people like Shopmaster and Doc, they started this CFM movement because there are a group of people who focus on the franchise mode, on whether it be online or offline. We're looking for more than just gameplay. We want a complete experience, because NFL and pro football, there's more than just X's and O's and playbooks and what goes on the field. One of my favorite franchise YouTube community guys is Mr. Hurricane. He does excellent work and series with both NCAA and Madden, and he is a team builder guy. He puts thought and effort into how he wants to build his team, whether it be in free agency or in the draft, and really looking at these aspects. And again, from a gameplay standpoint, I felt a better representation of that in Head Coach 09, which is why I always will revert back to that as the franchise standard going forward for Madden. Now, are there other aspects of other games for franchise that can be incorporated? Yes, absolutely. But for me, My biggest point when I was inundating Josh Lumen with tweets was I wanted inclusion and improvement of Head Coach 09. Now, knowing that the micromanaging is gone, knowing that, hey, you have 3 levels to unlock what this player you really want to see, to me that's more realistic than the listing every single attribute and having so many XP and points to unlock the stuff. To me, I didn't like it. I didn't feel it was a true representation, because what scouts do, they go to games, they focus on players, they try to find their attributes and grade them on that level. So now I think we're starting to see the genesis of that in Madden. So and you do have the combine now where you don't have to pay for this stuff, because in real life scouts aren't investing anything other than time, and stuff is given to them. It takes time to watch games, it takes time to watch film and tape and dissect their abilities and what they can do. So from a point or XP aspect, that is more realistic, that you're investing those points in the manner of time that you're investing into players to know if that's the kind of person you want on your team. And now that you actually have the combine as an event, a separate event, and not just oh hey, here's a few extra points because it's that time of year. But again, going back to Head Coach 09, the combine and the Senior Bowl were separate events. There was time dedicated in the off season to these events that you had to put effort into. Now, most Madden, it's kind of point A to point B, get you to the next game, get you through the off season quickly so you can get the next season, so you can get to the next game. If that's how you want to play Madden and you're not into the team building aspect of it, that is fine. But what people really need and enjoy are options. The more options you can give somebody allows them to tailor the game to how they want to play it. If I could actually play the games in Head Coach 09, I probably would not have bought another Madden game after that, because I would have had both experiences in one game. So I think going forward, if Madden can continue to focus on the off the field as well as the on the field, I think what you will see is a more complete, more robust game and a deeper experience. Again, Sam, a lot of things he talks about in his videos is immersion. Players want to be immersed into the NFL experience. Now, gameplay had to be addressed because, as I said, if you do not build your foundation on what we actually see on the field on Sunday, then it's going to be nothing more than an arcade experience. That's why you have things like NFL Blitz and NFL Street and things of that nature for the more quote-unquote arcade experience. But the fact that people have been so vocal about wanting a more simulation representation of football, obviously that is what people want, and that is what we're finally getting. So to the EA developers, thank you very much for that. My hope, and as being a part of the CFM movement, I would like a more emphasis and more focus on the off season, which we're finally starting to get. So again, calling back, my sincerest hope is that we're seeing the beginnings of a deeper, more rich, more immersive off the field experience, as well as what we're getting with the on the field product. And thank you for your time.
Alright guys, if you like the vid, please like and subscribe, share if you really like it, and be sure to also follow me on Twitter. Thank you.